What is going on, everybody? Red Velvet is back. We have another edition of the Youth Sports Chowdown. Busy week, hot week. A lot of hot, a lot of heat, and I got sweaty, and I wasn't even playing. So props to all the players who battled the heat this week. And we have some champions, some runner-ups, but a lot of fun. Everybody worked hard this week. But right now, we're going to do our shameless plugs. I want to thank our sponsors for letting us do what we do. Thank you, sponsors. Also want to thank our subscribers on Facebook and TikTok. For less than a cup of coffee, you can sponsor the Diner Podcast on Facebook. 99 cents. You get discounts, you get shout outs, you get all sorts of cool stuff for 99 cents. All right, that's enough of the shameless plugs. I don't like asking for money, but that's how you can support the Diner Pod. If you want to support the Diner Pod for free, like, share, comment. That helps us too. So that's enough of that. Let's move on to the fun stuff. We're going to start off. We have American Legion Ball. If you look, my nails are painted. My daughter had appendix surgery this past week, and we got her home, and she goes, "Daddy, can I paint your nails?" Yes, absolutely. You can paint my nails. So make fun of me. Don't make fun of me. That's the reason. Anyway, moving on. Post 346. We'll find the picture really fast. Got to scroll up, dum-dum. There. They are your John E. Hayes Best of the Midwest champions. So congratulations to these young men. And now we're going to run through the series of events. They started off Thursday. 346 took on Byron Cox, post 72. 346 wins 2-1. On the batting side, Ty Stoltz, 2 hits and an RBI. Jackson Pierce, a hit and a ribby. Lyndon Jenkins with a double, and then Brady Stepp had 9 strikeouts on the mound. Then 346 took on the Madison, post 9. And Wayne Newton, 346, wins 9-4. Dallas Coleman led the way with 3 hits, 3 RBIs, and 2 doubles. Parker Weir, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and a double. Ren Harper had 2 hits and a double. And Isaac Osborne, a hit, 2 ribbies, and a double. And then Lyndon Johnson, 2 strikeouts on the mound. Then Wayne Newton took on Eureka. I don't know if that's how they pronounce it. That's how I'm going to do it, with a Eureka. Post 177. Wayne Newton wins 4-3. Dallas Coleman again, 2 hits, an RBI, and a home run. Dominic Barnard had 2 hits and a double, and Parker Weir with a hit and an RBI. Gage Sullivan on the mound had 3 strikeouts. And then 346 takes on Eugene Pate, post 265. 7-2. Wayne Newton is the victor. Parker Weir, 4 hits, an RBI, a double, and a triple. Ren Harper and Lyndon Jenkins had 2 hits and a ribby, and Noah Fields added a hit and an RBI. Ty Stoltz with 5 strikeouts on the mound. Moving along in these semifinals, I'm guessing. I don't know. I could be wrong. 346 beats Princeton, post 25, 7-3. Ren Harper had 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and a home run. Parker Weir had 2 hits, an RBI, and a double, and a triple. Cam Hoke with 2 hits and a ribby, and Lyndon Johnson with a hit and a ribby. Lyndon Johnson on the mound, 7 strikeouts. Congratulations. Then in the championship, 346 takes on Rock Island, post 200. 346 edges out Rock Island 10-9. Noah Fields and Lyndon Jenkins lead the way with 2 hits and a ribby. Parker Weir had a hit, 3 RBIs, and a double. Isaac Osborne with a hit and a ribby. And Ren Harper added a double of his own. Trey Eldridge with 7 strikeouts on the mound. The Wayne Newton 346 post goes 6-0 on the week. Congratulations. Now we're moving on. We have some track and field. I'm trying to click it. There we go. Carson Buck, second in the state in the high jump, moves on to she traveled to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. I didn't do good in geography in school, so pay attention, kids. She participated in the New Balance Nationals, took 13th in the high jump, 13th in the nation. Congratulations, Carson. And that does it for all the prep sports. We are moving on to youth. We have the USSSA State Tournament, and we have 6U Knights. The 6U Mighty Knights, as I'm going to call them. Their first tournament as a team. Started off a little rough, but your first tournament's going to be rough. So you got to keep battling. You got to keep pushing, as I like to say. And that's exactly what these kids did. They started off their first phase, TBD. And TBD wins 16-3. Boston Metzinger hit 2 RBIs and a double. Brecken Shepard and Kobe Market with a hit and a double. Bo Shoemaker and Callan, excuse me. I need like the sound effects. Callan Nodley had a hit each. Knights then take on TBD. TBD wins 15-0. Emmerich Johnson, Leo Moran, Grayson Ellis, Daxton, Chamberlain, Axhorn, and Bo Shoemaker all had a hit in that game. And we move on to Sunday. The Knights then take on TBD. Just so we're clear, they're not every team was TBD. I just like saying TBD because it just says opponent. So we're going to call it TBD. TBD wins 16-5. Bo Shoemaker and Boston Metzinger had 2 hits. Daxton Chamberlain, excuse me. I'm not that intelligent, kids. You're going to find that out the more you listen to me. Daxton Chamberlain had a hit, 2 RBIs, and a double. Rhett Moore with a hit and 2 RBIs. Emmerich Johnson had a hit and a ribby. Grayson Ellis and Kobe Market with a double. Congratulations. Hey, welcome to the world of travel ball. You all are going to do great and keep pushing. Moving on to the Outcast 11U team. Outcast took on Combat. Combat wins 15-1. Tinsley Lamont had the lone run for the Outcast. Jolene Blackburn had a strikeout. Then the Outcasts faced the Diesel Athletics. Diesel wins 6-1. Addison Austin had a hit and a triple. Caden Smith had a hit and a double. And Taya Mareski with a hit. Addison Austin had a strikeout on the mound. Then they faced the Edgewood Lady Bulldogs. Outcasts win 10-1. Sydney McNeely, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and a double. Sadie Wheeler had a hit, 3 RBIs, and a double. And Addison Austin with a hit and a ribby. Taya Mareski on the mound with 2 strikeouts. Then the Outcasts take on the Patoka Lake Slappers. Slappers win 5-3. Sydney McNeely a hit, a ribby, and a triple. Sadie Wheeler had a hit and a double. And Aaliyah Colton, Addison Hendricks, and Madeline Ventura with a hit each. Outcasts go 1-3 on the week. Now we're jumping back to Brazil. The CCSL 12U All-Star team traveled up to Westfield. They entered the Shamrock Shootout. They started off against the New Pal Dragons. Dragons win 10-2. Kylie Mitchell had the lone hit for the team, and Avery Hoskins, 5 strikeouts. Then CCSL faced Sheridan. The Knights win 11-4. Leah Modisette had a hit and a double. Avery Hoskins and Kylie Mitchell, had a hit. And Chloe Shinneworth had 5 strikeouts. The Knights then faced TBD. TBD wins 10-8. Sophia Beeler had a hit, a ribby, and a double. Addie Bedwell with a hit and a ribby. Leah Modisette with a hit and a double. And Paisley King with a hit. Avery Hoskins had 6 strikeouts. Then the Knights take on the FT. I'm guessing Franklin Township Flashes Alliance. They're allied now. They're allied. Alliance. What's the plural for alliance? Somebody get back to me on that. The Knights win 10-9. Lindley Brashears leads the way, a hit, 2 RBIs, and a double. Hadley Rowe and Sophia Beeler with a hit and a ribby. And Avery Hoskins with a hit. And Chloe Shinneworth with 5 strikeouts. Knights take on Plainfield Quakers. Quakers do win 14-4. Lindley Brashears had a hit and a ribby. Leah Modisette and Avery Weichel each had a hit. Avery Hoskins with 3 strikeouts. The Knights went 2-3 on the week. We now have a new team on the lineup now, the 9U Indiana Gators. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the Dynaverse you're now in. Gators went to Border Wars. And let me get my mouse. There we go. They are your 9U Border Wars champions. So congratulations, ladies. Keep pushing on that. The Gators started out against Cascade. The Gators win 9-4. Maylee Hoggett had a hit, a ribby, and a double. Jocelyn Sanders with a hit and a ribby, and Claire Reedy with a hit. Claire Reedy and Chloe Hoskins each had 2 strikeouts. Then the Gators take on the Westside Diamonds. Gators edge out the Diamonds 5-4. Claire Reedy and Jocelyn Sanders led the way with 2 hits. Maylee Hoggett had a hit and a double. Adeline Walters and Rylan Strange with a hit. Chloe Hoskins, 8 strikeouts. Great job, girl. Gators then take on the Orange Crush. The Gators win 13-3. Adeline Walters, 3 hits, 3 RBIs, and a triple. That's a 3 for 3 if I've ever heard one. Claire Reedy had 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Jocelyn Sanders had 2 hits and a ribby. Maylee Hoggett and Sophia Wallace, 2 hits, and Claire Reedy with 5 strikeouts. The Gators then took on Outcast. 12-2, Gators with the victory. Ellis Kula, 2 hits. Rylan Strange had hit and 2 RBIs. Maylee Hoggett and Adeline Winters each had a hit, an RBI, and a double. Claire Reedy had 4 strikeouts on the mound. Gators in the championship take on the Westside Diamonds. The Gators yet again beat the Diamonds 5-4. Claire Reedy with a hit, an RBI, and a double. Rylan Strange and Ellis Kula hit. And then Chloe Hoskins, 4 strikeouts on the day. The Gators went 5-0 on the week. We're going to switch gears now. We're going to do a little basketball. Got the Valley Elite 2033 black team on the new lineup. Thank you, Kyle Thompson, for letting us cover the team. Valley Elite started off. They took on the Phenom 7-6-5. Phenom win 35-19. Ford Cornelius led the way with 7 points, 1 rebound, and 2 steals. Oliver Thompson had 6 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. Jackson Power with 3 hits, 6 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Then the Elite took on More Buckets Elite. I like that name. It's classy. It's catchy. That's what I mean, catchy. The Valley Elite beat the More Buckets Elite 46-33. Ford Cornelius led the way again, 18 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Logan Tidd had 10 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 steals. Oliver Thompson, the rebound king in this game, baby. 4 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block. Jackson Power and Reed Warner each added 4 points. Then the Elite take on IBC 2033. The Elite win 41-13. Logan Tidd led the way this time, 12 points, 5 rebounds, assist, and a steal. Ford Cornelius, 9 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. And that is a cycle. Congratulations on that. Reed Warner with 9 points and 5 rebounds. Lucas Sapp had 9 rebounds, and Brady Patton with 7 points. Then the Valley Elite take on the Indy Hoops Silver Team. The Elite win 48-38. Logan Tidd led the way, 19 points, 4 rebounds, assist, and a steal. Lucas Sapp, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 steals. Reed Warner had 10 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal. And Oliver Thompson, yet again, the rebound king, 9 rebounds. The Valley Elite go 3-1 on the week. Now we go back to Clay County Softball League. The 8U All-Star team had a doubleheader against the Shakamack All-Stars at Shakamack. The Knights take on the Lakers first game, 11-7 Knights with the dub. Kylie Morris leading the way with 3 hits and 2 RBIs. Bree Sorrell, 3 hits. Aubrey Ofsensky, I hope I didn't butcher that, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and a double. Elliot Forker, 2 hits, a ribby, and a double. Izzy Holmes with 2 hits. Emmy Huffman with a hit and 3 RBIs. And Lydia Mannion with a hit and 2 RBIs. In the second game, the Knights edge out the Lakers 13-11. Aubrey Ofsansky led the way. 3 hits, 6 RBIs. Izzy Holmes had 3 hits and 2 RBIs. Anna Moore and Lydia Mannion had 3 hits and a ribby. Kylie Morris and Bree Sorrell with 3 hits. Elliot Forker with 2 hits and a ribby. From the coaches, players of the game, for game 1, we had Bree Sorrell and Savannah Carpenter. Game 2 was Lydia Mannion and Anna Moore. Congratulations. Now we move along. Moving along. There we go. We're back in North Vernon, USSSA State. The 8U Knights. Very good team. Very, very good team. They start out They take on Mooresville Pioneers. The Knights win big time, 15-3. Maddox Abrams had 3 hits, 3 RBIs, and a triple. Max Pierce and Drew Shoemaker each had 3 hits and 2 RBIs. Jax Cowden with 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Caleb Gaines, 2 hits, an RBI, a double, and a triple. Congratulations, young man. Griffin Medeiros and Claire Harrison, 2 hits and a ribby. And River Compton added a double of his own. Then the Knights take on the Smithville Scrappers. The Knights win 11-9. Houston Dyer, 4 hits and a ribby. Drew Shoemaker, 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and a double. Claire Harrison had 3 hits and a ribby. Rogue Nodley had 3 hits. Maddox Abrams, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and a double. River Compton got 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Almost forgot that. Max Pierce, 2 hits, an RBI, and a double. Hudson Walker with 2 hits and a ribby. And Griffin Medeiros got a double. They can hit it. They can hit. This team they're good. They're good. They can hit. It showed right there in that game. Knights then take on the Yorktown Tigers. The Tigers do win 12-4. River Compton led the way with 3 hits and a double. Max Pierce had 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Houston Dyer, Rogue Nodley, Caleb Gaines, Jax Cowden all had 2 hits. The Knights went 2-1 on the week. We're going back to Border Wars. We have the 8U softball teams. Start off the Lady Steelers versus the Lady Warriors. Well, Lady Warriors, yeah. It says Lady Steelers and then Warriors. I just threw the extra lady in there. 2 Dynaverse teams. We got a Dynaverse matchup. The Warriors win 12-7. On the batting side for the Steelers, Nora Lee Williams, 3 hits and a ribby. Hazel Evans, 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Sadie Rimp, 2 hits, a ribby, and a double. Ellie Meisner and Ella Haltom, 2 hits and an RBI. Emma Fielding with 2 hits and a double, and Gracie Bailey had 2 hits. For the Warriors, North Thiemann, congratulations. This is a great stat line. 3 hits, 3 RBIs, triple, and a home run. I don't know why I did the 4, but it was the 4th stat. Anyway, moving on. Lily Lumsden, 3 hits, an RBI, and 2 doubles. Delaney Wilson with 3 hits. Hadley Pearson, 2 hits, 3 RBIs, and a double. Addison Peters with 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and a double. That's a 2-2-2 right there. Luna Siddons, 2 hits and a ribby. Emery Fields. What happened to my camera? Where'd my camera go? Did I lose my camera? Are you kidding? Okay, sorry. Somebody tried calling me, and my camera went haywire. All right, we're back. We'll start back at the Warriors. Let me run it back one more time. North Thiemann, 3 hits, 3 RBIs, a triple, and a home run. Lily Lumsden, 3 hits, an RBI, and 2 doubles. Delaney Wilson, 3 hits. Hadley Pearson, 2 hits, 3 RBIs, and a double. Addison Peters had 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and a double. Luna Siddons with 2 hits and a ribby. Emery Fields, 2 hits and a double. Kennedy Kiefer and Olivia Goto had a double. The Steelers then take on the Gators. The Steelers edge out the Gators 13-12. Hazel Evans, 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and a double. Nora Lee Williams, 3 hits and 2 RBIs. Ella Halton with 3 hits and RBI, 2 doubles, and a triple. That is impressive. Ellie Meisner with 3 hits and a double. Gracie Bailey and Sadie Rimp, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, and a double. Ellie Tomwa, 2 hits and a double. Steelers then take on the Tribe. The Tribe do win 9-4. I believe the Tribe are the champions of Border Wars. Hazel Evans, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Ella Haltom, 2 hits and a double. Riley Britton, a hit and a ribby. Maya Falk had a hit, a ribby, and a double. Then playoff matchup. Steelers, Warriors 2 for this weekend. Warriors win 14-9. Stats for the Steelers. Maya Falk had 2 hits and a ribby. Emma Fielding had 2 hits. Sadie Rimp had a hit and 2 RBIs. Ella Haltom, Gracie Bailey, and Willow Stranger had a hit and an RBI. For the Warriors, Hadley Pearson, Olivia Goda, and Luna Siddons, 3 hits and 2 RBIs. Emery Fields had 3 hits, a ribby, and a double. Lily Lumpson with 3 hits and a ribby. Addison Peters with 3 hits. Raylan Wallace, 2 hits and 3 RBIs. Nora Thiemann, 2 hits, a ribby, and a double. Steelers go 1-3 on the weekend. Moving on to the Warriors in the same tournament. The Warriors take on the Outcasts, and the Warriors win 12-11. Addison Peters, Emery Fields, and Luna Siddons, 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Delaney Wilson, Lily Lumpson, and Olivia Goda, 3 hits. Hadley Pearson with 2 hits and a ribby. Then the Warriors face the Tribe. Lily Lumpson led the Tribe did win 10-9. Just edged out the Warriors. Lily Lumpson, 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and a double. Alice Roosin, 3 hits, a ribby, and a double. Emery Fields had 2 hits and 2 RBIs. Hadley Pearson had 2 hits and a ribby. Nora Thiemann, Delaney Wilson, Addison Peters, and Olivia Goda had 2 hits. Then in the championship, the Warriors Tribe. Like this is like the 45th time they've met, and it's always a battle. It's always a battle. In the championship, the Tribe win 14-7, which means wrong team. I even labeled it and I still messed it up, so bear with me. I'm just one man. I'm not a machine. So congratulations, Warriors runners up. Here's some stats for the Warriors. Nora Thiemann had 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Hadley Pearson, 3 hits and a ribby. Addison Peters, 2 hits, an RBI and a double. Emery Fields, 2 hits and a ribby. And Olivia Goda and Braylon Barong, 2 hits. The Warriors go 3-2 on the week and runner-up in Border Wars. So congratulations. That's not the tab I clicked. There we go. Now we move on to my favorite part of the show. This week's power performers are Parker Weir for Post 346, Carson Buck for Northview, Brady Stepp for Post 346, Boston Metzinger for the 6U Knights, Maddox Abrams for the 8U Knights, Sydney McNeely for the 11U Outcast, Aubrey Ofsansky for the 8U All-Stars, Maylee Hoggett for the Gators 9U, Nora Thiemann for the Warriors 8U, Lindley Brashears for the 12U All-Stars, and Ford Cornelius for the Valley Elite. So congratulations. Keep working hard. And we are expanding our territory. If you want your club, your sport, your team added to the Chowdown lineup, we would love to cover you. I'm on Game Changer. I have stat trackers. If you want to do the work and send it to me, I'll read it. If you're on Game Changer, let me jump on the team and I'll cover it. I'll take care of the work. But we want these kids to keep getting the kudos for their hard work. So that does it. Thank you for letting me entertain you for this last, 20 minutes. I appreciate it. Thank you. Keep pushing. We are out of here.